This is the Power BI screen. All this screen was explained in the last class, the features of this screen. Now, where we are now, we are on the report view right now. Okay, if you click here, it goes to the data view, model view, the DAX query view. Now, we need to get in the data. So how do we do that? Well, there are a number of ways you can do that. When you're on report view like this, you can actually, you don't need to be on the report view. You just look up here. Okay. When you're on the home ribbon, just click on get data. Okay. Then there are various data sources that you can use. The data can be from Excel workbook, can be from Dataverse, SQL Server, different, you just name it. Okay, so as you go, depending on your domain, but in our own case, we are dealing with Excel workbook. So to use Excel workbook, you can just come here because it's very commonly used. That's why it's separated here. And see, it's the first to be mentioned here, to be listed. So you can just click on Excel workbook because our goal is to bring in an Excel sheet. Okay, and this is the Excel sheet, the one I just showed you. Sales data, rough. Select it, click open. So it opens up. Like I say, Excel is very straightforward. If it was some other more complex data sets, like something from a database, in many cases, it will ask for password and all that, or you can access the data. Okay, so we are dealing with this. So you just click on this item. The sales data, click on it. This is the data set we are talking about, right? This is data set. Okay. So at this point, you need to take a decision. Is either you load it as it is, or you click transform data so you can clean it up before loading it, right? But I want to load it, so we'll do the cleaning afterwards. All right, so I just click on load. Clicking on load, what do you think that will do? It brings it into the, okay, it's loading now. Power BI is loading the data sets. I think it's downloading. Okay. For you to see it, you have to click this table view, right? Click on table view. You see the data sets, right? So it has brought it into Power BI. Okay. So what we just did is now is that we have successfully imported this Excel file to Power BI. Are we okay? Are we all following, please?
Yes, following.
Following. Okay. Please, can I hear from the rest of us? Are we? Oh, where are they?
We have two more persons that are.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. I'm here, sir.
Okay. Gay, you are here. Okay, you came in with another name. Okay.
Just log me, yeah.
No problem. Provided you are hearing me, let's just continue.
I'm hearing. Okay.
Let's continue. So I believe they will reach. Maybe they are having network challenges. All right. So now, can you see now that this data is actually not clean? Can you see how it's looking? First of all, you can see the headings. Are these the column headings we are going to be using? can see the way it has messed up the whole thing. Even this JJC international company is appearing like a heading, right? Sorry, so it's appearing like a column heading, like name of a column, which is not supposed to be. You have column 2, column 3, and so forth. Okay, so this is not clean data. So we are going to clean up this data right now. Okay, so let's go. So in the cleaning process, what are we going to do? First of all, we are going to remove these blanks, these unwanted rows here. We are going to remove them. We are going to remove these rows that have blanks. Okay. And of course, I want us to also remove this last row here, this calculated row here. What else? We are going to, now, you see the column headings. These are not the column. What are the column headings supposed to be? Let me ask.
It's supposed to be what we have on the, that is where we have the order date, region, manager.
Thank you. Yeah, so these are supposed to be the column, the headings, but they are not the headings right now. Hope you know that.
That's correct.
So after importing it, it got, it's not looking nice anymore. And as it is now, we cannot do analysis with this. We cannot do proper visualization with this data. Okay, this makes no sense as far as analysis is concerned. Okay, so what else are we going to do? This total at the bottom, we are going to remove it. So let's go. Those are the simple things we are going to do in this. Been hearing about data cleaning. These are the kind of things you do to clean up data. Okay. So let's go. Now, when we're loading this data, remember we had two options. Do you remember what the options were? We chose load. There was one other option.
Transform data.
Transform data. Thank you. All right. So that's what we are going to do now. So first of all, you go to the Home tab. Click the Home tab. Click the Home tab and then look for Transform Data. That's it right there. Transform Data. Click on Transform Data. Now, the moment you do that, Power BI takes you, let me leave this environment so you see what happens. What's on your title bar right now? Can you read what's on the title bar?
Column 3.
Title bar. The title bar.
Okay, title bar. Okay.
Yeah.
Can we say it? Okay. Am I correct? It's where we have the. I can't see.
Okay.
I can't see.
Thank you.
Any,
can you see my cursor? Can you see my pointer?
Yes. I can see
Okay,
it now.
see what's written here. Untitled Power BI Desktop. This is the title bar. Yeah, this is the title bar. Whenever you are using any software, okay, up this bar at the top is called the title bar. So what's here is Untitled Power BI Desktop, right? Power BI Desktop.
Yes.
So after clicking Transform, I want you to observe what will happen. Transform. What is there now? Power BI, Power Query Editor. Okay, so Power BI has opened up The other one is still at the bottom anyway. It has opened up the Power Query Editor. This is where you do your data cleaning. Okay, this Power Query Editor.
Please hold on.
You can't see it.
Where is that? I'm not seeing it too.
You are not seeing it. Okay,
The
okay.
Power Query Editor is done.
Okay, no problem. Let me share it. Okay, can you see it now?
Okay, yes, yes.
This is the Power Query Editor, right? So the moment you click transform, it brings you here.
Yes.
Okay, so this is where you do the transformation. This is where you do the cleaning. So let's go. The first thing I said we are going to do is to remove all these rows. These are not needed. You see, it's not writing null here, right? Because it's on the cleaning mode now. It's writing null. So you need to clean up all this. So we need to remove rows number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The first 5 are not needed. 1 to 5, they are not needed. So you just come here, you see, remove rows. Remove rows. Then remove top rows. Click on remove top rows. It will ask you how many top rows you want to remove. Just type 5. Click OK. Those rows are gone. Okay? But we still have a little challenge here because our headings are still not right. Are these the correct headings?
No.
Oh, these are the headings, right? Other dates.
Yes, that is what's supposed to be.
Manager. These are supposed to be the column headings. Okay. So
yes.
Now is the first row. So you just come. There's an option here. It says what? Use first row as headers. Now, before we do that, I want you to observe something. Now, this is one of the things that make Power BI very, very powerful. If you look here, you see it has what we call applied steps. So everything we do, it gives you the step here. Why? Because it does that just in case you change your mind and you want to reverse it. You come here and just click this X sign here. Or you don't remember exactly what you did, you click this tool icon here. When you click it, it tells you that this is what you did. You remove the top 5 rows. That was the last step you took. Okay, like here, you promoted promoted headers. Okay, just sometimes it puts some steps automatically for us anyway. So these are the steps. Whenever you are cleaning, whenever you are doing your editing, it records the step so that you can review them. You can change if you want to change your mind, you can reverse any step and all that. Let's say, for example, I want to reverse what I just did. I just come here, remove top rows, click on this X here. It reverses it. Not undo. Undo, those things don't work in this environment. Okay, so let's do it again. What did we do? Somebody tell me, what did we do? How did we remove this?
Remove first row.
No. How did we remove
that? One is
okay, remove first row, yes. Remove rows, remove top rows. Okay. And we are remove 5 top rows. click OK. All right. Now, the next thing that we need to do here, what's the next thing we need to do here? The next thing we need to do is to make this first row the heading. Correct? Now, this is not the heading. The heading now is JJC International something, column 2, column 3, and all that. These are not the correct headings. Okay? So we need to make this row the heading. So Power BI makes that very simple. Just come here, click use first row as headers. So automatically it moves that up as the heading. And of course, the step is recorded here. Hope we are following.
Yes.
Our data is gradually becoming clean. Okay. So what else did I say we are going to do? Can someone remind me? I just want to be sure we are following. What else did I say we would do to make this data really clean?
I think we're talking about the heading.
The heading.
Like the names, dates, and I think we were talking about that before.
Heading. Yeah. Yeah, the heading, we have already, I think our heading is okay now, isn't it? I think our heading is okay now.
I think it's okay. I'm not too sure I heard you talk about the next thing to be done.
Yeah, okay. No problem. Let me just get it. I said we are going to remove, somebody identified some blanks. We had, what was that blank? We had some blank rows somewhere. Blank, what was that? I know there were some blanks.
That number up there.
Okay.
Look
like,
at it now. Number 4.
Yes. This is blank. This one that is turned to 0 now. Okay, it's because of this blank here. Okay. So this blank item here, we are going to remove it. Null means blank. Hope we know that. This null here means blank.
Yes.
So because it's blank, this row is not useful because it doesn't have sufficient information. So we don't need it. We are going to remove it. Okay. So how can we do that? You can just come here. Okay, pull it down. Was it units, costs? Sorry, yeah, units. You pull down this list here.
Drawbar.
What? This filter, click on this filter button. Okay. If you say remove empty,
number 4.
You say remove empty, what has it done? Is it still there?
It's gone.
It's gone. It has removed it. Yes, so that's one way you can do that. It has removed it. And even the total we're talking about here, it also removed it. Because that total had the empty stock there. Let me reverse this something. That's a filter. Okay. Let's remove that step. You see, we had, where is the total? We have this total here. So I said we're going to remove it.
Okay, it carries.
Yeah, but that step we did, because there's no null here, it affected it. So I want us to see how we would have removed this total without doing it the way we, through that step. So let's remove this total first. Okay. Now we can use this other dates because total is another date. And then we can say remove empty may not work here. We say filter. Sorry.
You can uncheck number 44.
Number what?
We can uncheck row 44.
We can check row 44.
Yes, under the other dates. Yes, we are not under date right now. Abi, is that where we are? Okay.
Yeah, that's where we are.
Yes, where we have total. Okay, we can
Uncheck what?
So under total, we can check it. Total.
How? Yeah. Yeah, okay.
Click the filter on
Okay.
dates.
Okay, now I see what you are saying. Yeah. You can do that. Yes, you can do that. You can do that. You can just click and that's gone. Yes. That's a simple way of doing it. Another way of you can do it, you know why I want to use another method, because this is a small data set now. So it's very easy for you to come here and uncheck. When you have very large data sets, that may not be feasible.
Yeah.
Okay. So you should know a more robust way of doing it. So you can come to these filters here and click does not equal. Okay. Does not equal. Then you type total here. So it's going to show all the values except total. So it's going to remove the total. Now you see total is no more there.
Yeah.
Okay. So it has filtered it off now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can do the same for others.
Is that?
You can do the same thing for null. Does not equal.
Yes. So now for this null, we can remove it. We can uncheck this if you like. And of course, you can use remove empty and so on. Let's just use remove empty now. So now it has cleaned that off. So our data is getting cleaner and cleaner. You see, what we have now, this is pure input data. It doesn't have all those unnecessary formats. Okay? This is what we call clean data. At least it's cleaner than what we had initially. You know, a lot of times the data you are given to work with as a data analyst is usually unclean, usually not clean. Okay? When I say not clean, of course, by now you know what I mean. It's usually not in a form that is appropriate, that is efficient or effective for data analytics. So you have to do what we are doing now is part of data preparation. You have to prepare the data for analysis. Yeah. All right. So,
sir, I didn't join when you computed the data.
What?
I didn't join when you guys imputed data. I was not able to connect.
Okay, when we inputted the data. Okay. Which means
Yes, sir.
you missed the whole thing. Okay, no problem. I'll send you a link to the
Yes, sir.
recording. You get the recording.
Okay, sir.
We may not be able to.
All right, sir.
And that's it. That's a lot. So after that, if anything is still not clear, you let me know. Okay. So what else did I say we are going to remove? But you can see, David, you can see where we are now. What changes can you see now on this data? Can you see some changes?
Yes. Yes, the blank spaces. Yes.
Okay. So what has changed?
Yes, sir.
What has changed?
The ones with the blank spaces.
Okay, the blank spaces are gone. Yes. What more? What else did you notice that
Then
changed?
the headings too.
All right. What was the heading like
Headings
before?
too as well.
The heading has changed. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. And then you know there were some blank spaces up on top, right?
Yes. Yes.
Yes, those blank
Yes, sir.
spaces have been removed. Okay. So the data we have now is cleaner than what we had in the beginning. Okay. All right. So what else did I say we are going to remove? I said we are going to remove this column, this last column. And I gave it, what reason did I give for that?
Yes.
What reason did I give for that?
Sure, the reason.
Now, if you look at this column, you see the calculated column, right?
Yes.
It's calculated, but it's not calculated here. It's calculated, it was calculated in Excel before we imported it. Are you following?
Okay.
So now bringing it here, Power BI is only seeing these figures. It doesn't see it as something like a calculated figure. And that could create problems because it was not the one that did the calculation. So it doesn't need it. All it needs is for you to give it the data that was used to realize it, and then ask Power BI to do the calculation by itself, later. We'll talk about that by the time we are dealing with DAX. We'll see how to carry out such calculations. Okay? Are we on the same page? So this is why we don't need it. This is why we need to remove it. Okay? I'm just explaining this because you might be wondering why should we remove it, So to remove it here is very simple. Are we seeing the query editor? Yes. And the Power Query Editor. The Power Query Editor, I will explain that. Now, how do we remove it? You just make sure you click on that column. Then you come here and say what? Remove columns. Click remove columns. It's gone. Okay.
Before you continue, sir, look at number 6 there. Under region, you can see null there. I hope it will not affect our
Number 6.
overall, where you have 18th of April, 2018.
Number 6. Okay.
Under region, we have null. I hope you saw that.
Just a minute. We have null, okay? Yeah. So how do we remove it now? Can we suggest how do we remove it?
There are many ways to do that.
Yes.
Not equal to under filter, not equal to, or we just on the check null.
Yes.
So
Not
it depends
equals
on
null or
just
remove
filter.
empty.
Yeah. Remove empty. Yeah.
When you remove empty, it removes it. Because null actually means empty. Exactly.
But however, is other column had information. So I was thinking probably, is a kind of mistake.
No, it's not a
I need
mistake.
just to give it.
Yeah, in fact, I think that's a very good observation. See, there's something you should understand. Whenever you do such a thing, whenever you remove, like there was null there, when you can't just remove it on its own. You have to remove the entire row. You understand?
Yes.
Because when you are working on a table, usually you work with entities as entire rows. So if some columns have problem and you want to remove those fields, the whole row has to go. That's the normal way it works.
What if we need to consider that particular row? Maybe we can just it can afford us to change
What if
on that region to what if you take, for instance, now under other columns,
yes,
that particular row under other headings, they had they're all labeled with informations that are necessary for even including the unit price was there. So I was thinking probably we'll have made it just east or west or central, as the case may be. Maybe rename it, remake that particular under region where we have that null. Maybe we'll just say, okay, let's indicate it as east or west or central.
Hello.
You get me?
Yeah. I think yes. Okay, somebody was saying something. I think I'm getting
yeah. I wanted to add up to what he's trying to explain. Because to my understanding is, let's assume maybe we have get the total figure of it before importing the whole file to this Power BI.
Yes.
And we now deleted the entire row. Don't you think it will affect the total we are getting before?
No, let me explain something. But first of all, again, before I answer your question, let me answer the question that I just asked now. Okay, he said that you were saying that you thought we just replace that one, right? Now,
exactly.
If you know that null there, if you find out that it's supposed to be central or something, because right now we are assuming that this is data you have been given and you may not know exactly what's supposed to be there. If it's something you don't know what's supposed to be there and nobody seems to know, you have to remove the entire row, okay? But if the information is available, you just click on the null like this, click replace values, okay? It will have null here, then you put the whatever you want to replace it here. Are you following now? Is it clear?
All right.
And click OK, so it will replace it for you. Okay? But in this case, you can see is not, it will not do, what it's doing now is changing. You can see it's changing all the
everything east
all the east has been changed to central.
Yes. Okay. So if you know that, let's say all the north, they are like that, fine. Okay. But if not, these are some of the things that happen, you know, with data. Now, this goes together with what Ige was saying, that will that not affect, we're asking, will that not affect the results, the end results? That was a question, right? Yeah. By the time you delete all those things.
Yes, that was my question.
Yes. See,